Okay, so we'll finish up day 5-7, I think, in this video. I think we can get through it all. All right, what we're looking at, if two chords intersect inside of a circle, so the intersection is inside. You can tell, too, this kind of makes like a plus sign, so that's something to remember when the vertex is inside, we're going to add. So the relationship is this. If I add the two arcs together, so arc AB and arc CD, and then divide by 2, I get the angle inside there. And you'll notice these are vertical angles, so these are going to be the same measure, those two angles. So let's look at a couple examples. The first one here, we have a 55-degree arc and a 107-degree arc. So what we have to do is go 55 plus 107, and then divide that by 2. All right, so when we add those together, we get 162 divided by 2, and that comes out to 81. So these angles here, the x and the other angle, are both 81 degrees. Example 2 here is a little bit different, right? The reason it's different is, in this case, they're giving us the angle and asking for this arc over here. So we're going to follow the same format as we had up here. So we're just going to add the two arcs together, right? So 92 plus x divided by 2 equal 71. Now normally we want to try to just get rid of this 2 here. So in order to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to multiply by 2. But to keep the equation balanced, I need to do that to both sides of the equation. So when I do that, then I can cancel out my fraction there. And then 71 times 2 is going to be 142. So I end up with 92 plus x equals 142. And then I just need to subtract or do the inverse operation here. So I'm going to subtract 92, which will cancel, and subtract 92. So I end up with x equals 50 degrees. So my arc over here is 50 degrees. Okay, this is another problem, and this is something we see a lot of kids get wrong on the quizzes and tests, is we need to find x here, right? But in order to find that, I need to find this angle, right? Because they're giving me the 82-degree arc and the 146. So I need to find this angle, and then you'll notice, right, this forms a straight line, right? So those two angles would be supplements. So we have to do the same thing we've been doing. I'm going to add those two arcs together. So 146 plus 82 divided by 2 is going to give me we'll end up with 228 divided by 2, which will give me 114. So this angle is 114 degrees, but that's not what we're looking for. So I have to use the fact that that's a supplement with the angle we're looking for and go 180 minus 114, and that is going to give us 66 degrees. So x is 66 degrees. So just, as always, just make sure you know what they're asking for before you start doing the problem. All right? All right, so moving on. Now we're looking at with a vertex outside. Right, so all these examples, right? Two secants, it's outside. A tangent and a secant, the vertex is outside. Two tangents, the vertex is outside. They're all going to be the same thing. And the relationship is similar, but one key difference is now we're subtracting, right? So AB minus CD divided by 2, give me that angle. So make sure you get that in your head. Vertex outside, we're subtracting the two arcs. Vertex inside, we're going to add them. So again, we'll do a couple practice problems here. This one's pretty straight ahead. I'm just going to subtract my 2. So 93 minus 29 divided by 2. That's going to give me 64 divided by 2, which is going to equal 32 degrees. All right, so x is 32 degrees. This one, same thing. One little trick in there. This is the arc I need to subtract, which I don't have. But they give me this arc over here. So I'm able to say 360 minus 183 minus 93 is going to give me 84 degrees. 84 degrees. So this arc is 84 degrees. And then we're back using our same pattern we've been using. So 183 minus 84 divided by 2. That ends up being 99 divided by 2, which will come out to 49.5. So x is 49.5. This last one here, same thing. They're only giving me the one arc. I need this arc in order to do the problem. But I know the circle is going to add a 360. So I can do 360 minus 192. All right. And that will give me 168. So I know this. Oh, sorry about that. This is going to be 168 degrees. And then we go back and do that same pattern we've been doing. 192 minus 168 divided by 2. That ends up being 24 divided by 2. So x is going to equal 12. All right. Here we're doing the same patterns. So I'll do one of these, but now we just have a variable in there. So this one, the first thing you hopefully you're going to notice is, oh, okay, the vertex is inside the circle, so I need to add those two arcs and divide by 2. All right, so I'm going to have 5x plus 15 plus 55 divided by 2, and they're giving me the angle, right? So I know that those are going to equal 60. I would just combine my like terms here. So I'd have 5x plus 70 divided by 2 equals 60. And again, to get rid of that, I want to multiply 2 to both sides to keep it balanced. That'll cancel out my fraction. So then I end up with 5x plus 70 equals 120. All right. And then I need to subtract 70 from both sides. So that gives me 5x equals 50. Divide that 5, divide that 5, and I end up with x equals 10. Okay? I'm going to let you do this one on your own, but it's the same idea, right? They're giving me this arc and this arc, and it's going to equal, so 13x plus 7 minus 60 will equal 5x minus 10. And then go ahead and solve that equation. And again, the notes are posted online, so you can see if you got that right or not. If you have questions, you can always contact us. Oops, I was doing this one beforehand. We'll leave this for you guys to figure out, the 9 and 10, so this video is not 20 minutes long. If you have questions on it, just shoot us an email or contact us, and we'll get back to you with an answer. All right, that is all for days 5 and 7. I will post the next day's note, hopefully before you get to it.